Back, game number 3. It's the qualifying round for WCS. Sorry, I had to remember which region we were in. We've been doing so much of both. For WCS America and Canada qualifiers. Only 2 per qualifier makes it a pretty tight race. And here at the end of the day, he was kind of the All-American hero. I'm probably the favorite going into this, but he's down in the series. It's Complexity's QXC.
Go get him, Desro.
Get him, Desro.
All right, in the top left, from Flipside Tactics, the American Wonder Boy, we have Bales.
Nice. I'll give you like a plus up. 1 thumb. Not 2, but
All right.
1.
1? All right.
Yeah, still good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Now, I said the crowd favorite, but I just looked at the bets for this, right? You know, our imaginary Partouf money and all that. And we actually have just barely 10,049 in QXC. Almost 17,000 on Bales, however. So it looks like Bales actually favored by most coming into it.
Well, I think it's very easy for people to bet on Bales given that QXC's been very inactive. But, you know, if QXC can beat a Velo, then anything is possible.
Oh, did you see those games, Desiree, by the way? Those are ridiculous games.
Yeah, it's just TVT in a nutshell, right?
Hype. Okay, so Coda's a pretty standard map. There's not a lot of crazy things that go on here. There's certainly ways to abuse this 3rd or 4th, depending on which player takes it. But for QXC's sake, man, like, I did kind of like the aggressive opening. He baited out 2 overcharges early, and then there was just like a little too much dedication after that. And while we still haven't solved the mystery of like why the SCV pull came into play, I think that if he plays the game out solid, I mean, QXC does have the macro to keep up with Bales. There's no questioning that.
Well, Desro was going to say something about the backstory, right?
Yeah, the backstory, like, we said every possibility for QXC pulling the boys, but I think one thing that he might have misread was, like, you know, how sometimes Protoss players will do 2 Colossus, no range, and 2, like, Storm Switch. I think that's really, like, the only option left possible that might be, like, the reason why he pulled the boys.
Occam's Razor.
Yeah, like right before Storm, like 2 Colossus, no range, you got 8 Vikings to take them out. Because otherwise, like, why are you so confident that you got 8 Vikings, man?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Thing,
I
right?
wonder, you know, because it's all comes back down to the Colossus count, whether he scouted it. And, you know, there was a scan that happened at one point right before, well, not right before, but like 30 seconds to a minute before he pulled the boys. And it was like, I think one of you guys said, like, oh, he sees the army, but maybe he only saw like half the army, you know? Like, he saw 2 Colossus that were going towards the 3rd, and he was like, oh, that's what's happening.
It was in the middle of the scan, like, all the sentries, all the stalkers. Like, if he missed that, then he wasn't, like, his camera.
Of the Colossus?
Yeah, like, if that's the case, then only his camera, like, he would have had to have his camera missing the scan, because the scan fully scanned all of them, 100%.
Well, if he saw, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Marine
but to go back to Coda though, this map is so good for Terran.
Nice
Look
save.
at the what do you mean?
I put the SCV in the bunker when the mothership core started killing it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I guess I haven't been watching the game, but this map's really good for Terran. Just the distance from the 3rd and the main is very hard for Protoss to cover everything. And if Bales decides to, well, actually Bales went for a 10 gate this game, pushing up with a mothership core.
Yeah, and he's getting some kills for it. Well, almost got 4. He's only really going to get 2 by the looks of maybe a Marine on the way out, but doesn't want to have to burn that recall. Wants that energy, but if he doesn't, he might lose it. 20 health. It's going to get away.
Okay.
But still, I mean, a 20 health mothership core is not something you want to rely on for the rest of the game. I mean, it's nice not having to remake it this early, but youch. Reaper's also going to look to try and find that Stargate. It is put down here on the southern part of the base, so he's going to miss this. Poor QXC.
Well, like I was gonna say before the mothership core went into action, double forge doesn't seem really viable because how much coverage you have to do. He might end up doing double forge, but with the Oracle or the Stargate, he's gonna be able to maybe have some drop defense or at least put on a lot more pressure than in the previous game.
Well, Bale's kind of just playing a little bit safe, not poking up with the stalkers. I mean, if maybe the mothership core had seen a little bit less and gotten a couple more kills, would have felt more safe. But the Oracle follow-up's not bad. QXC does have the amount of racks necessary to produce enough Marines to make sure this doesn't straight up kill him, as we've seen do in previous days. But at the same time, he's pushing out with that same force we saw last time. He's looking to trigger that overcharge and maybe bait out some attacks later. Hopefully he will have enough Marines. I mean, right now there should be enough queued up that this shouldn't be too bad.
Is it just me, or does it seem like push-outs to get the 5th overcharge have really died off?
They have, but hang on, he's actually not gonna have enough Marines for the supply block.
Oh, whoopsie.
So Oracle can actually kill 5 and then just go for the... maybe as he kills them, they'll get on supply block, but still gonna be nasty to defend with.
Yeah. But this might just go back to the fact that QXC has been out of it just like, not for very long, but long enough maybe that, you know, this is kind of an older way to play.
I don't know, no matter how out of the game you are.
The mothership core dies without casting photon overcharge.
Oh.
All the probes are pulled.
Desert with a big yell. Good call, too. We were busy watching that Oracle. And this is devastating because he can't really fight this. Like, the Stalkers can't really get involved with the fight. Even the Marines can chase him down. If he focused the Pylon, maybe cancels out the Immortal. That would have been really nice to do. But he's going to lose... there, she still has high ground vision here.
Yeah, the force field was very clutch. That's going to allow him to buy time and just clean up this army with the help of the Zealot.
Yeah,
Yo, well, that really goes back to that mothership we're having 20 health, though, right? That 1 second you're looking away, like, ah!
I was probably looking at the Oracle, too. It looks like the Oracle did die, by the way. It got just 4 kills.
Ouch. Well,
Yeah,
Bales
not
obviously
so
had to
great.
panic and look back at home, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Immortal finally gets back under production, trying to chrono it out to finish it. I mean, it's going to be really necessary, not just to have the extra unit out, but of course that bonus damage versus the Marauders. Although, coming down this ramp with what he has currently, I don't think he can actually fight this army head-on. Maybe if the force field split the army just right. But this is going to be a hard hold. It doesn't have a photon overcharge. 2 sentries are nothing. The Immortal's got a lot of damage, but it's going to be the first to die. And QXC is dedicated to this. He's not pulling back. Trying to just kite around a little bit to get away from the Zealot. Force field's going to help the Marines out a bit from that probe pull. Takes out the Zealot. Going to focus down the Stalker, but it's no way he can finish off that Immortal. Either way, I mean, he trades out very little for very much. Total of 11 probes killed through this too. Here comes round 2. More Marines on the front lines. That Marauder is going to make sure that that Immortal goes down. Now the Marines can head towards that mineral line, and this, I guess the Zealot warping in, but you know, this is going to be stim Marines. Folks, the Zealot just guided around.
Oh, an overstem there by QXC.
Mothership Core almost has enough for photon overcharge, but it's also exhausted its troops here, so Colossus now on the way. This was a little bit scary. I mean, Bale's supposed to be panicking a little bit. Got to keep it together just a little bit longer till that Colossus comes out.
Yeah, and while the probes were all dying, the Oracle died as well. So Bales doesn't really have any detection right now. He's got 1 observer, but it's a big difference compared to last game with the 4 observers that he had. So going into the mid-late game, this is going to be really hard for Bales to evaluate and realize what kind of timings QXC is wanting to do. And QXC is going for the 5 racks. Bales has no idea, so if Bales tries to take a third or tries to get the Bull Forge too early, this might really kill him, and that's what he's going for too.
Desert just blew my mind, Zombie Grub. He solved the equation of how to get Rifkin not to call him out for repeating information someone already said by just talking.
Did you
for
just
a really
say that?
No, Zombie Grub brought up the Oracle. Like, oh, well, by the way, the Oracle died.
Did you really? Yeah. Did you really? Oh,
like
man.
a couple of minutes ago.
I'm just teasing, Desert. We love you. We love you. We're just making some funsies.
Wow, the guilt trip is real.
It's okay. The double drop's still going off, and while there is a Colossus out, I do think there's enough that they could just stim on top of it. Not sure why he's going for the Gateway of all things, but boosting on out of there probably the best choice.
Did you guys see? Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like he overstim again.
He's been really liberal with his stims. I agree. I don't know
maybe
if
he's playing too much Heroes of the Storm and he's trigger happy, you know?
Well, Heroes of the Storm, your stim heals you instead of hurts you, right? So
yeah, that's true.
Why is this getting better?
I keep pressing the button and I just keep losing health. What's up with that? Overcharge to the main will be wearing off soon-ish, but with 3 Stalkers here, probably not a fight he's going to want to take just yet. 3rd CC coming down for QXC, so he's not really tunnel visioning on this too hard, but his upgrades have kind of stalled out. We don't have an armory down just yet, and I am worried that maybe we see kind of an all-in move out of QXC. Maybe not through an SCV pull, but an over-dedication. He has earned a giant supply lead, I'll give him that much, but I kind of wish he would extend this to the late game rather than perhaps SCV pulling in the mid game. Looking for that observer, flew away.
Yeah. I don't know, man. QXC, look at how much bio he's got back home. And he's got a 3rd as well. And Bales is pinned down on 2 base. This is going to be really hard for Bales to win. He's going to need some really good force fields or maybe sniping a few medevacs because right now the odds are definitely against him.
Yeah, I mean, the supply doubling over. As weird as it is, he does have a small upgrade, but I mean, it could be that situation though. You come in with 100 Marines, big deal if you're walking to force fields in Colossus. But what then? What am I shot? Are you for real? 8 kills on it, 4 of which were sentries. Or no, I think it was only 2. Pardon me, because he killed 2 earlier. But still, great shot on the Widowmine. Is that on detection of the cannon? That's not in range of the cannon for detection. If Bales isn't paying attention, that's gonna get another shot off. That's gonna kill probes. Where's the observer he had? It's gone. Did it die? Did it die in the explosion too? What the? Desro.
Yeah, I guess it died with the observer, man. That's just crazy. Thank you, David.
He notices. Yes, thank you. I wish it killed more like invisible things. I wish it just like triggered off of invisible things. I mean, that would be really cool.
It would be.
Yep.
Just like something from Brood War or something. I don't know.
Stop.
Or
you want 3 at a time, Zombie if it costs nothing from another unit? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just salty, alright? We don't have detection.
Alright. Well, third base is mining. I thought QXC was maybe pulling the boys for second, but it was just a transfer, so calm down, everybody. He did finish up that 1-1, and his Viking count is kind of good. It's just at least in comparison to last game. 11 Vikings is more than enough to help deal with the Colossus, but I can't help but wonder if a full-on engagement's the answer, or if it's going to be dropping all over the place. Because Bales has already displayed that he's kind of struggling to keep up with what QXC's been throwing at him.
Looks like QC is going to SCV pull.
I know, there's still no armory.
He's just waiting.
It's happening. He's got them selected.
It's coming.
He's got them hotkeyed.
It's coming. Oh my god.
Nope, psych. Wrecked.
Choo choo!
Right, there we go, there we go.
Yes.
I mean, like, we saw him
Reverse
collect them all.
wrecks.
Oh, he collected half from each mineral, and that's what he was doing. Okay, okay. That's why it took an extra second or two. But look at this, look at this. It's a maxed out Terran player. He's got so much army supply. His upgrades are not exactly fantastic, but they'll do. Bales isn't on 2-2 just yet. 3-3's miles away. I mean, okay, this is kind of a mistake to lose Vikings. You need them so desperately badly versus this in particular. But I kind of almost wish to God QXC would lift up some Marauders and drop them on the high ground while this went on too. Either way, they're going to be the last person to try and tell QXC how to play this game. He's going to take the engagement at full force. The Vikings are doing what they can in the back. Takes about 2 volleys to kill the Colossus, but the SCVs did what they needed to do. They soaked the hits. He's pulling his own probes into this mess, and I think QXC's about to tie up this series 1-1.
Yay, SCV balls!
Hype!
What? Why are you happy?
We always celebrate whoever wins, dude. Like, it doesn't